Okay, sorry. I was reading the top. You're right.
So Kimberly, how do we send me her email first?
When you have gotten,
I will have a 2023
board meetings?
yeah.
I don't mind doing it if it's just recording
Board
like
meetings?
decisions.
Okay, my drive. School board.
I left my charger here.
Meetings. One of these is 23, 24, one is 22, 23.
I have 21.
Okay, 21, 22.
Oh, so this is
22, so there you are,
23.
May.
Okay. All right.
And there you go.
There you
I'm happy, just like recording sessions, I'm happy to do it as we go. I don't want to, but
No, it's fine. I'll take care of it. I am so not used to Google Drive. So
yeah, it's a little bit confusing. You have to go to, yeah, shared with me. and
yes.
then-
So she just showed me. I just wasn't going in deep enough to find all of this for today. So and there's no email.
Yeah, it's on there. I don't know what to do about
I
that.
don't.
I guess that's what I get from recording them. That was there, my laptop.
Something.
Yeah. That's why I was.
So is this what that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Sorry. I'm saying that.
Yeah, so this is what I copied and pasted and posted on Facebook.
Oh,
Since you're standing there, they just have to not. Thank you, sir. Right? Just got it. So when you do. The next one. When's our next Oh, gotta put that thing together too. If you did a whole administrative picture, I would say. I just have taxes. That's fine. Pictures of each tax. No, that's fine. Okay. Anyways. Last name. Oh, no, you're talking about that. So. I felt very. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to say. That's how I felt.
So I only got to.
it might jog my memory.
Yep.
Fill in the blanks.
We started with that.
So I do have like two nominations for chair.
We did make a match. But we didn't make it total.
And then
Oh, I didn't get the cash. Well, I got the, on the second.
The agenda.
Here we go.
And roll call.
Well, the reasons are legion, and the board is privy to many of them. Is Croydon district. That sort of thinking is silly. Conflict of interest is likely. Let me give you just two base numbers to tuition out times two. And to throw money around. We have along the same line. That's what I'm hearing. If we need to get people, we're in the same problem. We're running the conflict with one school. So now that might be a little tough. So I brought the teddy bear in case we need it. You don't lead on policy making. I still don't know the story behind the meeting that took place. I believe the superintendent needs to be removed from his position in both places.
Do you have any stuff?
Subject of him working, but I also can.
My only comment, and I don't really know their schools, so negotiate tuition. I believe that we would be doing that either with the school board or, to me, is an issue, but I'm willing to look further into that. And I appreciate your him.
When and work that in that particular case.
Wasn't that I have not as yet seen anything other than very attacking any critical portion entirely.
Go ahead, James.
The superintendent's activities and how many times he dropped the ball. Whereas before that, I would have had a different list of issues. The administration's job, not the school boards, and they're at.
If a child comes to grade K to 4, they attend school in boards that if someone wants to go to Lyme, they will go. There's no difference. It doesn't matter who the superintendent is. You have already set tribute towards tuition with another district. So,
Well, and I think because we have mentioned, I think part of this comes from, we have mentioned suggested it to begin with, because I figured what can it hurt? We're going to try to do that. So I feel that's where that want it to come off the table. Like, I think we should still attempt to do that, but.
yeah, so they send their kids out to any number of high schools. So.
Improving in the system to superintendent and address any of the issues that are out there.
I would just conclude by echoing what Kevin said. If we all have things that we need to work on, a number of items, we're not as professionally as they could have been. There are certainly things to work on, and next year we'll have another review and we'll go comments.
Is that to say public?
That will be a public meeting because it will be joint with both school boards. we should provide an update on the conversation we had today with Sunapee. I doubt that's made it in your report yet, so
No.
it's fresh and
I will make a public apology. The minutes were in my briefcase, which last month, but we're gonna see if we do our best to come up with it.
and she had started taking some notes and we can.
Yeah.
Take the minutes, is that something I'm gonna, because I'm secretary, I need to be responsible for what, who's gonna do that?
And all of yours are uploaded to YouTube, right?
And it went, definitely have a strong interest in partnering with us to be another anchor school. So we're all really encouraged by that. They're interested in unexpected items or whatnot that, you know, some interest in working with us on busing. So that was very positive. And then we'll go from there. But
The tuition rates in Sunapee are developed very differently. Sunapee's approach, rotation, and the ability to.
yeah, sort of one of those.
We'll keep you updated. We're off this month with, and much as well as could be, but I was at the same time, I was thanking them for their hard work. I was where I think had to do with math, science, engineering, the arts, and of evenings when our best not to bother them when they are on their vacation week. Individual growth. So excited about that. Our teachers, and they have all multi-age class, and that's the one that Nicole, 2 hours a day from a certified teacher who's been doing some work with our language arts in that class. Reviewed on Sunday, and you. But we're hopeful that we are actually going to be staffed for next year. And that's an advantage for us over other state with openings and 0 candidates. Applied person who's applied. The year. So I don't think it should be associated with any extra costs at this point. I mentioned in here, it did high school students and and so our students got to introduce themselves to students in the Dominican Republic. Help for that week. They were able to Valley area and would a part of a day with our kids that they're what other kids in the world are like, and mostly that we're pretty much all the same. Memorial and burial trip with he's going back to Ireland. And they would do their thing as I was the superintendent to go down and just help witness the accomplishments of our Croydon students as they graduate and be present for their families, for those kids that know that we've had. The thing that I've a lot of time in this past week also has kind of given somewhat different. Thank you.
Numbers and letters, various activities like strategies. I also saw that they have begun a life cycle of a frog, so they're pretty pumped. Today they were making always busy. Our students in 2 through 4 was fact finder about the American Revolution, and they were doing this book. They're wonderful for nonfiction text features. They do a very nice. We have been heavily focused on new vocabulary words through these units and words that I'm in comparing and ordering fractions. And in science, they're learning about the various forms of energy. We'll be finishing that up shortly and then moving on. We had STEAM night on Thursday the 20th. They always kind of have to battle with baseball schedules. So Vermont Natural History Museum, I have 0 interest in, but I did have the money. Amazing. And there was a hawk, and always a fan favorite, and marshmallows, maybe spinning time. Those volunteers included Mrs. Scanlon, Mrs. Corelli. We had a small field trip where we went to Claremont Opera House on the 21st for a performance. Students were encouraged to word. So throughout this month, we'll be visiting and teaching our children to keep them on ways to be safe. They're broken up into groups of K4 forms for families again today. And it's going to be specific on our library
On what day?
on the 11th. Here, I think 2 grades 3 and 4, you see a word for steps, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to be testing," because they get so excited that they're going to be tested because they get snacks. They get snacks.
Oh,
So
whatever
anyway,
works, right?
they're pumped. So I'll take breakfast in the morning, make sure that they're ready to go and on time. Helping to fund the field trip. And lastly, other end of year testing, build backup stuff coming along.
I do love STEAM and I love, this time of year is really focused on benefits. So that's the phase that we're in at this point in time. During this time frame, our staff members have the right to change their elections. And at other points during the year, they can only do that through policy. A lot of changes based on the budget that we presented, reported that through this report, so we don't need to bills by the month. We budgeted for 9 pensions. We did receive notification from next year's rate will be $9,390 for the state portion of support for revenue sheets, the budget to actual. Federal grant, since I provided you with an appropriations update, trust fund balances are provided every month. Other financial.
Percentage. What, so
I
so they get all that from,
no.
It goes into their average daily membership.
Our students are factored into that. In reach lunch and, yeah. So there are many components of the average second line.
and below grade level in third grade. Yes. That's all.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, can I ask a follow-up question? Sure. If they're claiming the school we get for that child,
Electricity use and where it's actually going.
I'm going to split from Newport.
let's just go ahead and say it's never been.
Let's
done.
say, I don't know.
It's too-
Like I don't have a spinning wheel right now.
Yeah, mine were.
Yeah, that was the use of facility.
Yeah. Their express interest,